Okay, we got everybody at their finest. We got Obi brushing his teeth. We got Professor filling his water bottle and wearing every stitch of clothing he has, and it's still 60 degrees. Got Winter over there in her puffy coat, which I haven't worn in about a month. And Joe, everybody's favorite. Just, he looks like Fabio in the morning. So, we are going 18 today to a campsite just outside of town, and then our plan is to go in and get some Italian food, if they'll let us in with the smell we have. And we don't know what the trail looks like. Good morning, everybody. Day 96 on the Appalachian Trail, and we are headed into a place called Buchanan, just outside of Buchanan, I believe. And we're gonna camp in a hiker's camp area just outside of town, and then hike in to get some food and a resupply. But we're moving on. Should be a nice day. We started again at 6:30 today. Try to beat the heat. Heat is coming this weekend, and we'll probably hit it on Saturday, but be able to take a 0 day on Sunday. So, all right. Good morning, everybody. Day 96 here on the Appalachian Trail, and we just stopped for a quick drink. We were trying to figure out what these gigundo holes were. This one over here has sticks covered to protect somebody from going into the dark, but as we looked across, there's another one over there, and man, just huge holes. I don't know if they're sinkholes or there was a tower here or something previous, but seems wild. I did want to mention, I had people question, us going into town a lot or whatever. What we are doing is basically in this part of the trail comes very close to it goes through a lot of state parks, so we stop at the camp stores, but like this morning we're going to go 1/10 of a mile off trail to a gas station, and it allows us to do a couple things. It allows us to get some food and beverages that we can't carry out here, but it also allows us not to have to carry stuff. So I may be giving the appearance that we're in town a lot. We pass through places, stop in for sometimes as much as 2 hours. Yesterday we were at Pine Grove Furnace State Park for over 2 hours, walked over farther up the trail, took showers in a public bathroom, which I'm not sure how many times people have done that in their recent life, but we do that because that's where we can get a shower. And then we hiked out of the campground because they wanted to charge us $30 for a site, and we stealth camped about a mile and a half out of that Pine Grove State Park, and we're headed this morning to a crossroad that was about 7.5 miles from where we camped, 8 miles, and there's a gas station there, so we're gonna try to get some breakfast/lunch there. So that's what we're doing tonight. We'll stealth camp near a town, and there is an Italian restaurant near where that campsite is. We'll hike in. They're hiker friendly, this particular restaurant. We'll hike in, get a meal, hike out, and then head out of town again tomorrow. So I want to make sure everybody knows that we're not in town every night, and we're camping in the woods, and we're still not getting a regular shower or can't use the bathroom like everybody else. And our main motive is getting food that we can't typically carry, and not having to carry that food if we can help it, because obviously it weighs our pack down. But haven't said much about that as we're going, and I've had questions from people, and I just wanted to make sure that try to explain how that really works. So we've got about another 3 miles here to go to get to where we're going this morning. That's off trail about 1/10 of a mile, so wanted to show a little bit of what the trail looks like. It's southern Pennsylvania, and right now we don't have a ton of elevation that we have to climb each day, and when we do, I'm going downhill right now. It is generally pretty nice, pretty friendly. when we get to Lehigh, Pennsylvania, there's literally a vertical climb out of Lehigh that is a rock climb. So it's almost not hiking, but it is the Appalachian Trail. So other than that, I hope everybody's having a great day. It's been great to have people like Dave and Joan Suter and Bob and Pat Ellers help us on the trail, and we can't say thank you enough to both those people for reaching out. They went above and beyond. They spent their own money and certainly spent their own time trying to help us. We're very appreciative of that, and it's great to have lifelong friends who you can count on in a pinch. So thanks Dave, thanks Bob, thanks Joan, thanks Pat. All right, I realized that I made a massive mistake, and I really want to also specifically mention Janice and Kevin White, who drove all the way from Rochester, New York, down to northern Maryland, to deliver my backpack, which Kevin had taken care of with Osprey for me, and zippers had ripped out, and so my electronic devices were falling out, which would be really bad. And he was delivering a new pair of shoes at the same time. So just Kevin and Janice, equal to the other folks in regards to how much we appreciate all they did for us. They did some trail magic for us as well. We had snacks and drinks, cold drinks with them, and got to spend some time with them, which was probably the most valuable part. So, all right, once again, love my stream crossings and my bridges. And this is near a shelter that was 7 miles beyond where we went last night, so we decided not to go there. Would have made it a 20 something mile day, and we just weren't willing to do that. So we got about a mile, I think, into town, and we're gonna get some breakfast here. All right, I thought I'd share this. We're following what is an old railroad bed, and came to this tree, and the tree's obviously been gone for a while, but you can see how the roots just kind of hang out over the edge. Very cool. All right, okay, we've been rocking down an old railroad bed, and at this point the trail's taking us across this railroad bed, and somewhere near this crossing is where we would walk down the street 1/10 of a mile to a gas station to get a resupply. So we gotta figure that out. All right, gotta get. Hey everybody, it is day 96 here. We are hiking out of Green Mountain General Store. We're probably a mile out now. We stopped there for a breakfast / lunch. So for breakfast I was able to purchase a cheese, sausage, egg on a bun and a large coffee. And once I finished that, waited a little while, ended up having a Cobb salad for lunch, added a banana to that, and had some orange juice. So was able to pack out some Gatorade in my pack for the rest of the day. We got about an 11-mile stint here with no water. And then I packed out some other food to stretch me out over the next 2 days as we get to, I think it's Duncannon, where we're going to take a Nero Zero, do our full resupply, stop at the outfitter. We all have a few little things that we need to pick up or get or repair, and then head on north. Pretty exciting for the gang to have passed the halfway point yesterday. It's hard to imagine hiking 1,100 miles at this point, but that's what we've all done, and we're looking forward as we start to count down on the miles. And obviously they still add up, but we're counting down. So now instead of 1,100 to do, we start going to the point where it's 1,000, 900, 800, and so on. But it's been some kind of journey so far, and we're only halfway. So, all right, if we get any views today, I'll share. Hi everybody, I want to introduce to you Trip. How you doing, Trip?
Couldn't be better.
What brought you to the trail?
50 years of wanting to do it.
50 years, wow. I shared with Trip I only had a decade of it, but he's got 50 years. Where was your first introduction?
When I was a kid, I lived near the trail in the mountains of North Carolina. So
Okay.
I knew about it from then.
Yeah.
And beginning high school, I just always wanted to do it, knew I would one day.
Cool. And this is your chance.
This is it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that you're doing it, because I had that same dream, maybe not for 50 years, but...
Doesn't matter if
yeah.
it's 50 minutes.
Yeah, and we both agree, it's just one step at a time, right?
That's all.
Not a race.
It's not 2,193 miles.
Yeah.
It's one step.
It's one step. All right, brother. Well, it was great to meet you. It was good talking with you today on the trail. Hope we get to spend a little more time together.
Probably will, roll on. You take care.
All right. Okay, I believe we've reached what's called the lemon squeezer here. I'm going to see if I can fit through with my pack. Pretty sure when I started this hike, I wouldn't have been able to fit through. I'm going to hand up my poles to JJ. And now I'm going to step through. Look at that. Fat men can get through there. Cool. Let's get Trip coming through.
You gonna send that to me?
I'll send it to you.
Good, then I'll have to fool with this.
Here comes Trip coming through. We got to back up. Give him room, JJ.
There you go.
Awesome. Made a look. Okay, everybody, this is Roll On. We're taking a break here on our way to Boiling Springs, and this fine gentleman is Southern Exposure, and because of his name, it's PG rated, so we can't explain how he got his trail name. But Southern Exposure, what brought you to the trail?
Something I wanted to do since high school in the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
And also to give my daughter some inspiration to not quit in life.
Cool.
Just enjoy it out here.
She's the one who told you couldn't shave the beard or something, or trim the beard
Yeah, I
up?
was going to, and she said she likes the Grizzly Adams look.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's pretty
I'm
cool.
letting it go.
Yeah. What day did you start?
March 20th.
March 20th. Okay. And we've seen you several times, and you got to take a couple days off because you did a section or two in March or February or something, or?
Yeah, in February I did the Maryland section. I lived just east of Harper's Ferry, so
Nice.
that way I could go home for 3 days, or really 3.5.
Perfect.
And then jump back on and not lose everybody I've been hiking around.
That's very cool, and it offered you the chance for a break. So,
Yeah.
well, we've chopped it up and had a few laughs each time we've seen each other. So
Oh, yeah,
I'm
most
looking
definitely.
forward to doing a little bit more of that. But
Oh yeah. Me
all right.
too.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me. Got to get rolling. Okay, we're in the afternoon now. It's about 2 o'clock and 2:30, excuse me. And we have 5.5 miles left to our destination. And we have been sent through the rock piles by the trail. So mileage is a lot slower than it was. And if you're looking here, you might be tough. There you go. You can see that's the trail. There's JJ up there. And this is the trail. And we get to crawl through the boulders. I'm going to try to do a little bit holding the camera, but I'll probably have to put it down very quickly here because it is someplace where I could get hurt, and I can't afford to do that at this point. Trail isn't necessarily easy to follow either. You can see the blaze on the tree, but if you look at the ground, it all looks the same, so a little difficult. All right, I'm gonna put this away so I don't get hurt and I can keep up. Okay, I'd like to use this tree as an example. You can see that there's rocks on the right, rocks on the left, rocks underneath, and rocks in the back. But this super-sized tree, full-grown tree, found a way to grow in that situation. And I think that can apply to life. Where there's a will, there is a way. All right. Okay, there's Obi way over there at the end of that field. And this so much looks like home to me. This is kind of property around where I live in the Rochester area, farmland outside the city. And corn looks like it's doing good. Should be knee-high by 4th of July. Pretty cool. All right, gotta get ready. So this is a total different look to the hike. We're in Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania, and we are hiking through open fields. Wheat on this side, corn on this side, and it feels like home, and it looks like home. We'll see where it goes. Looks a lot different than what we've been in. All right. Okay, I don't know if I can pick them up, but Obi is way over there in the field. And it just seems so strange to me to be walking in farmland. A lot of my youth spent in hay fields and cornfields, doing haying and chopping corn, so it's just weird. But it's nice. I can see farther than a foot in front of me, and that's cool. All right, gotta get rolling. Day 96, coming into Buchanan, and we are walking through corn and wheat fields, and just seems weird after walking in the woods for so many miles. But looking forward to getting to what they have kind of deemed as a tent city here for hikers. Weather's going to be nice tonight, and then we are going to be able to walk into town and possibly get a meal at an Italian restaurant. So looking forward to it. If there is anything to share or show, I will. And it is, let's see here, 4:30. Not bad, just under 20 miles. All right, got it. As I walk into the Appalachian Trail campground here, it's Blue Blaze. You can see it on that telephone pole. I see there's a privy, which is nice that the town would do that, sponsor that for us. Might not seem like a big deal, but it is. And just looking for Obi and Winter. I think I see Obi. All right, gotta get rolling. Okay, this is just a quick video. Got Joe over there being smart alecky as always. Joe's a hammocker, so he's got his hammock set up. My tent's set up, and I'm blowing up my mattress. You can see my pack explosion there on the ground. You've got Obi and Winter over in the corner, other hikers over there. You can see a bear hang for food, and you got Professor over here. Hi, Professor. And just hanging our tents. It's 5 o'clock. We're trying to do this so we can go into town. This was where the iron ore from the furnaces were burnt in this area when they were mining the area heavily. The holes that we saw up in the forest today were access points for the mining. So that was pretty cool. So this is where they did, I think it's called smelting. So, yeah. Anyways, this is what it looked like back in the 1800s. Well, this is a lake. I don't know if it's man-made or not, but it looks man-made in the middle of town. Pretty cool. Water's pretty clear. How are you? Beautiful home up there. Gorgeous place. Boiling Springs. Boiling Springs. That's the name of the town. All right. Got it. Beautiful little town here in Boiling Springs, and obviously the weather's good. The houses are very I don't know what I want to say. They seem to have a lot of age on them, and they've been well taken care of. It's just beautiful. And looks like there's a restaurant on the water over there. We're headed to an Italian restaurant in town that is hiker friendly, and that's important because we don't always smell as good as the people regular in town, to be honest with you. And to have this little spring in town, beautiful, gorgeous. I bet it's great to ice skate on in the winter. It's not that deep, but the deepest level maybe 5 feet, 6 feet. Anyways, I see an ATC van up here. Don't know who owns that, but we'll see.
So you're saying
All right. This happens to be right next to where we're camping. And it might be all night that happens. That's not fun. But this is a free campground sponsored by the town. Of course, it's a half mile out of town, but they did. Obi.
So hold on. Does the idea of getting a really good night's sleep tomorrow sound better now?
Yes. All right.